The three brothers and the spirit of the river black screen. The sound of rushing water fills the air, a faint drumbeat in the distance. They say a river remembers every promise ever broken, and every debt unpaid. But what if the river could speak, and what if it could take everything? And no, I'm not talking about that one time you dropped your phone in the water. The camera drifts over lush African landscapes, golden savannas, green forests, a winding river glittering under the sun. Long ago, in a small village along the great river Ero, there lived three brothers, sons of a fisherman. Their lives were bound to the water. The eldest Oba was proud and ambitious. The second Ade was clever but restless. And the youngest Keyhind was quiet. Some would say too quiet, as if he listened to something the rest of us could not hear. But the river was not just a river. The elders whispered it was home to a spirit, a guardian, a judge, and a trickster all in one. And that spirit had been watching the brothers, waiting. A season of drought arrives. The river grows thin, the fish disappear, and hunger creeps into the village. One morning, as the brothers cast their nets in desperation, a voice rose from beneath the waters, deep, ancient, impossible to ignore. Bring me a gift from your heart, and the river shall flow again. Now, personally, if a river talked to me, I'd probably faint first, then negotiate. Oba decides his gift will be the village's finest carved paddle, polished and decorated, but one he didn't make himself. Ade chooses a bag of gold coins he has secretly saved, but hides the fact they were stolen from the market years ago. Keyhind, unsure, spends days in thought. He speaks to the elders, prays at the old baobab tree, and finally decides his gift will be something the spirit cannot weigh in gold, a promise. The day came. The brothers stood before the riverbank as the water swirled dark and cold. Each stepped forward, not knowing the spirit's true price. Oba's turn. The spirit takes the paddle, then laughs. The river rises slightly, but Oba is swept into a whirlpool. He emerges on the shore, older, his hair grey, as if years have passed in seconds. Ade's turn. The spirit swallows the coins, but spits them back, melted and worthless. Ade collapses, his hands burned, unable to fish ever again. Keyhind's turn. He steps forward, empty-handed, and kneels. Spirit, I offer no gold, no carving, only my hands, my strength, and my word. I will guard your waters and honor your law. A promise made with no witness but me. We shall see if your word is stronger than their gold. The river swells, fish leap once more, and the village celebrates. But that night, the spirit appears in Keyhind's dreams. Your promise will be tested, sooner than you think. Months later, a rival village dams the upper river, blocking the flow. Hunger returns. The people demand Keyhind break his vow and take water by force. Even his brothers urge him to act. It was a choice between loyalty to his people and loyalty to the spirit. And in Africa, a man's word is his soul. Keyhind walks alone to the riverbank. The water is low, the current weak. Spirit, he says, I am ready to keep my promise or lose my life. The spirit rises, towering, terrible eyes like whirlpools. Then lose what you cannot keep and gain what cannot be taken. The spirit sends a great storm upstream, breaking the rival's dam, restoring the flow. But as the river roars back to life, Keyhind disappears beneath the waves. The villagers search, but he is gone. They say on nights when the moon is high, a young fisherman's shadow walks the riverbank, guarding it still. And the fish, oh, the fish have never been more plentiful. So, moral of the story, keep your promises, and maybe, don't argue. With rivers, in our lives, we all meet our river, that moment when what we say will define who we are. Wealth fades, beauty fades, but integrity, that is a gift no spirit can take away. So guard it, live it, and let your word be as deep as the river. If you like, I can now break this into detailed minute-by-minute timing with visual shot suggestions, so your 20-minute pacing is spot-on and keeps viewers hooked to the very end. That would make the storytelling even more cinematic.